Hey, good morning, people. Everybody know my views and how I feel about things. I could sit back. And not say nothing about anything that I feel. I can go with the program and just follow past behaviors and past practices, but then I'll be lying to myself. I'll be bamboozling my kids. I'll be feeding them lies, feeding them made up stories, and that's what I won't do. I ain't saying that I'm always right. I done did some wrong in my life. I done did some good things in my life. I had a person tell me the reason why bad things happen in your life because you don't know the Lord and you're not following the Bible. I simply first I pause and look like, okay. So, let me tell you this. When a baby is born, do that baby come with instructions? Do it come with a way to take care of the baby? Do the baby come with a Bible when the baby is born? Or any type of religion documentation for the baby? No, we don't. What happens in your life, what happens in my life, what happens in everybody's life is a product of what you created. Whatever bad things that happened in my life, I created this. I created the bad things. And it's up to me to change it. Me. Ain't no higher power, ain't no some higher entity that's gonna help me decide or make me change the paths that I created. No, it's not. And the person went on to say to me, well, see, that's the problem. See, you're not trying to you don't want to listen. See, God talks to people. I said, the spirit. God talks to people's spirits and stuff like that. That's what they told me. And I'm like, you know what? What I believe in, like I said, I believe in the Son. I believe the Son is God. I believe, to me, God is a creator is a creator and a help in creation of everything that's on this planet. And to me, that's the Son. And my God do talk to me. The Son do talk every day. Wake up in the morning, I see the sun that's talking. I see the leaves on the trees that's talking. I see the changes of the season that's talking, that's telling me something. I can look up in the sky and see it's about to rain. That's telling me something. That's talking. Believe it or not, my God talk all the time, 24/7. 24/7. He never stopped talking. So you can't tell me that my God don't talk to me. Because, like I said, my God is the Son. My God talks to me every day. He's talking to me right now because he's shining the light down. And whatever I got that's running off of solar energy, it's that power. It's drawing from the sun. But enough, I ain't gonna keep going on about that, about what I believe in. You know what? To me, what if you believe in religion and you study religion, then what is the need? If you study everything that Bible say, what is the need for you to be on this earth? If you know that heaven is there, and why you have to wait? Why you have to wait on it? You tell me. Why you have to wait? If that's such a good place that they wrote about, and it's there, and why you gotta wait to get there. A lot of things in religion don't make sense. Don't make sense. They just don't. I believe that how you treat people, like I said, how you treat people is the way you want to be treated back. Simple as that. I think if you study a tree, I mean, if you look at this tree, look at the tree. It grows and grows and grows. It goes through a life cycle. And it has no worries. Nothing natural can harm it, because it comes back. The changes of the season can't harm it because it comes back. The only thing that can harm a tree is another human being or animal that's biting it or trying to chop it down. That's the only thing that can harm a tree. The only thing. Just like the human being. The thing that's gonna harm us is our surroundings. Our surroundings and what we put in our mind. That's what can harm us. What we put in our mind. Because everything that we put in our mind has an effect on our body. I just don't base my life on past behavior. And the past behavior is studying religion. Put an example, perfect example. My great-granddaddy studied the Bible. My granddaddy studied the Bible. My father studied the Bible. I never knew about the Bible, but when I was born, they made me study the Bible and study religion. But do you ever ask yourself why? Why did you study that? Why? When everything out here is given to us natural. You don't need a roadmap to show us how to live. You don't need it. You could exist without the Bible. If you take away the Bible right now out of your life, would you die? No, you won't. You would still exist. You would still exist. Just like the animals that roams the field, like the trees that stand tall, they exist. Like the birds that fly in the sky, they exist. They exist. We just been bamboozled. We've been fooled. People, we caught up in this illusion of religion. And I'll give an example how it's illusion. All these birds out here that's flying around right now, the birds like to eat seeds and things like that, little worms of the earthworms. But if I put all of those seeds in my hand and I shook them up, then I put some crap on top of it, say some human food on top of it, and I mixed it up, and then I took it and I made it look like it was nothing but seeds and worms in my hand, none of the crap. So the birds, they're gonna swoop down and then start eating what I got in my hand, because they think it's what they require, or the food they eat. But really, I'd have mixed it up with something. I'd have mixed it up with some human food that's not good for their body. But they eat it anyway because they think it's good for their body. To me, that's what religion is. It's just like bad food. It's bad food. It's covering up by the wording, by the make you feel good words, and all the miracles that they say happen. It's covering up everything. It's creating an illusion of how to live, and what was supposedly took place in those times, in that era. It's creating an illusion. You reading this, so as you reading this, and whoever teaching this, they putting it into your human mind of how to live. And that in turns create a false sense of security in the human being, especially the African Americans. Because many pictures that I done put on Facebook about the authors of the Bible, who wrote it, where it came from, people don't understand it. They reject it. But how can you reject something that's there? It is written. How can you reject that? How can you reject it? It's there. And furthermore, how can you reject the sun when you wouldn't even exist without it? You wouldn't exist. I got some preachers in the family. I watch them. They quote that Bible every Sunday. They do their Wednesday services, stuff like that. Nothing new. They quoting everything. They quoting everything that was past teaching. And the past teaching is what was created by humans. Who's to say that it's right? Who's to say that it's right? I could write a book right now and tell you everything about a person that he did, and would you believe it or would you not believe it? Simple as that. What's written down in that book is simply words. Now, the mind is powerful, and they wrote about Jesus Christ, and maybe it was such a person, because it probably was such a person who can do miracles, who can perform those things. Because if you create something in your mind, you can manifest it in the natural. You can manifest it if you create it in your mind. If I tell somebody, and I constantly tell somebody that they can walk, you can walk, you know what? Pretty soon that person gonna believe that they can walk, and on their weak legs, they're gonna get up and they're gonna walk. It's just as simple as that. It's the mind. One reason why I don't believe in a higher being, whoever they say he is, he or she. Reason why I don't believe that, if you think about this. If the God of the Bible, now, you know what? I'm gonna take my glasses off, because I want y'all to look into my eyes, because I might look a little sleepy. But if the God of the Bible created everything on this earth, he created everything. He made everything in existence. He created the trees, created the animals, created the humans, everything. I gotta put these back on, because my eyesight, I'm working on this eyesight thing. He created everything. You tell me this. Why would he need soldiers? Why would he need soldiers? You tell me that. Why would God need a soldier if he created everything in the world? Why would he need you to go and preach some words if he can create the whole world in 7 days? Answer that. Can you answer that? Why would he need you to translate something for him? If he can, him or her, whoever people perceive that God is, why would he need you? Why would he need you to teach his word? Why would he need to teach any word? Any word. When he can just implant it in your mind. And it's there. Remember, you said he created everything. That means if he created everything, why didn't he create you with a roadmap to show you how to live inside of you, inside your mind? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. None of it makes sense. What do make sense is I can look outside and I can see the sun shining. And in the spring, I can see the grass coming back. And if I got solar lights outside, the sun powers it. That makes sense. That makes sense. You know, they put this in your, quite naturally, if people put this in your mind and put this in your brain that you gotta live by the Bible, or because you gotta, you know, if you don't, you're gonna go to hell, or then they paint this picture of hell as a fiery furnace, and then they paint the picture of heaven as a street paved in gold, and nobody gets sick, nobody hunger. I mean, and just everything is love. If it was a place like that exists, won't you want to go there? You want to go there right now, right? Right? Tell me this. If your God appeared to you right now, right next to you, and said, come on, let's go. We're going to heaven. Would you go? We're going to this place that's in the Bible. Would you go? Huh? Tell me. You'll probably think about it for a minute, like, man, is this real? Is this God? Where are you taking me? You'll probably question it, right? I know I would question it. But if you go question it, then you don't believe in it. You don't believe in it. Nobody believe in it. Because not one man on this earth, if a man appeared to them right now and told them to their face that they was God, you come follow me, you won't do it. You won't do it. Simple as that. Ain't nobody perfect out here, man. Nobody perfect. And I ain't perfect. I ain't perfect by no means. I live differently, and I live with no change. The change is broken. That's how I live. And you know what? To me, that's the best way to live. Live free. Free to choose your destiny. You, believe it or not, you are a God. You can choose your destiny. If you think it, you can do it. I got a big boulder sitting right here, big rock on the side of me right now. If I wanted to move this rock, my mind is going to think of a way for me to move this rock. It's going to tell my hands, okay, you need to lift. You need to lift. Tell my legs they need to bend down, lift with my legs. It's going to show me how to do it. And you know what? I'm going to move that rock. You're a God. You can do anything. Anything is possible. Why would you need a man to translate something to you that you already got naturally? Think about it. That you already got naturally. Why would you need a man to translate that? Don't make sense. You can spend your whole life following religion, and you still don't know where you're going. You still don't know where you're going. Do you? You say, oh yeah, I know. I'm going to heaven. I'm going to heaven. How do you know? How do you know what heaven is? How do you know? You just know about what the Bible said, right? I mean, I live like this, man. Think about it. I just want you to think about one thing. All the people in this world that them passed before you, even before the Bible even existed, all those people that them passed before you, where you think they at? Tell me this. You think they just waiting to be judged by a higher being? You think they all just waiting? Now you're talking about gazillions, billions of people that done died before you. You think all those people just waiting to the end of the world to be judged? Huh? Think about it. You think you really think that? Just waiting there, that spirit just sitting. We are travelers. When you close your eyes and you go to sleep at night, you're unconscious and you dream. You dream that you're in a different place. You dream that you're doing something. We're travelers. We travel in our unconscious state. We travel. They say death is the next thing to sleep. When you dead, you're unconscious. You're unconscious. And nothing, I mean, the brain, nothing is keeping your organs alive. You're dead. But you're in an unconscious state. When you sleep, you're in an unconscious state. Same thing. You're in an unconscious state. It's just that your body done shut down in such a way that it's keeping your organs, it's keeping the heart pumping, it's keeping your lungs moving, it's keeping the blood flowing through your veins. But your brain done shut down all the way to an unconscious state. And now you travel. Death is not real. Death is nothing but an illusion. That's it. It's an illusion. It's not real. The spirit never dies. The soul, we never die. We just merely travel to some place, some other person, or somewhere else in this universe. We don't die. The only thing die is this body. This body, it got to die. This body got to die and go back to the earth. I mean, it got to go back to the earth or how it was created. However it was created, it's got to go back to that. But that spirit, that soul, once it's created, it lives on for a lifetime. It lives on for a lifetime. It just traveled to someplace else. It traveled to another body or to somewhere else. It might even travel to an animal if you live like an animal on this earth. While you're here, if you live like an animal, it might travel to an animal. You know, to me, that's the logic way of thinking. And the only way you gonna think like this, the only way you gotta listen, and then you gotta feel this. I mean, just to all the people who's struggling, who's in between of religion and not believing in religion. There's a way to live, and I live by reincarnation. We only go to somewhere else or some other being. Think about it. The baby don't know who the baby doesn't know he in the world till he about 2 years old, 2 or 3. Don't really get that personality till about 2 or 3. But think about this. People always say that baby got an old soul. That baby remind me of somebody. You know why? Because that baby do remind you of somebody, because it done travel. That soul, the spirit done travel. Now it's got a new body. It's got that baby. It's in that baby now. Now it's got a new body. It's got a new life. Just like the trees lose their life. Just like the trees in the wintertime lose all their leaves. It's basically lifeless. That tree is bare bones. But in the spring, what happens? In the spring, that tree begins to sprout new leaves. And by the summertime, it's full of life. It's full of life. What makes the human so different? Tell me, what makes the human so different? What? Aren't we better than a tree? Aren't we big and better? We can think. We can think. We can do things. We can move around. We're made better. We made wonderfully. We was created to do all these things. So what makes you think you don't regenerate? That spirit and soul don't regenerate. It regenerates. It travels. It travels to another body, to something else that need creation. That's where that spirit and soul go. And I will stand on this, and I will always believe in this. If I died today, believe me, I'm traveling somewhere else and coming back that same day that I died, that this body died. But because that soul and that energy ain't going nowhere. That soul and that energy, that spirit is going to travel. It's going to travel. It's going to live on to some place, some other life form, somewhere. It's coming back. Believe that. I'm telling you. People, wake up. Wake up. This is 2020. It's time to trash all that religion, all that past teaching, and live life free. Free. It's wonderful. It's wonderful to live like that. Live life free. And it is rules. Don't tell me that don't tell me that if you don't have a Bible in your life, you can't follow rules. Yes, it is rules. It's rules. How you treat people is how you want to be treated. You treat people in a way that you want to be treated. That's all. That's the rule that you live by. Okay? It's the rule that you live by. Even with being married to somebody. If you're in agreement with somebody to be with that person, but then stay in that agreement. Be with that one person. You see what I'm saying? It's all about contracts and agreements. All about contracts and agreements. If you got an agreement with something, then try to follow that agreement. If you break that agreement, then toss it out the window and go get another agreement if you want to be in agreement. That's the rules to live by. Okay? I don't shoot that make-believe stuff of the Bible to my sons. I'm teaching my sons to live just like me. To live just like me. Because I want them to be free from horrible preachers out there that's trying to interpret some words that wasn't even meant for them. And don't even pertain to nothing that they trying to do in life. If you don't want to be controlled, if you don't want to have change, or you get rid of the religion and live free. Peace.